I love Carol and Daryl, so an entire episode focused on them was a good thing to me. But for me, this episode was kind of a mixed bag. There were good and bad. Using the metaphor in the episode, this episode was about burning away the past and becoming who you are meant to become.
I stayed at that shelter for a day and a half before I went running back to Ed. I went home, I got beat up. Life went on, and I just kept praying for something to happen.
For both Carol and Daryl, it took the apocalypse for them to grow into their true selves.
Who I was with him, she got burned away. And I was happy about that. I mean, not happy, but and at the prison, I got to be who I always thought I should be.
How was I?
It's like you were a kid. Now you're a man.
One thing that I have always liked about this show is that it's not all guts and gore. It delves down into the psyche of the people living in this hell. It took me a long time, 3 years to be exact, to finally watch The Walking Dead, because I'm not a horror fan, I'm not into zombie movies, that was not my draw. I had friends who watched it, always said how wonderful it was. I decided to give it a chance, and it's the fact that it let the human story grow that kept me watching. I literally binge watched the first 2 seasons, and it's because of scenes like that, not zombies being killed. I'm disappointed that Carol didn't purposely go into the hospital to get Beth. I think that would have been so much cooler. Honestly, I think that Carol getting hit by the car was too contrived. It's the zombie apocalypse. How many years now has there not been cars, airplanes? Really, the odds of being on a street and a car coming down are probably now 1,000,000 to 1. Yet, Carol walks out in the street and doesn't hear a car coming. For me, it was not believable. It also wasn't believable to me that Noah could stop Daryl. Yes, everything Noah said made sense, but in the heat of that moment, I really don't believe that that kid could actually stop him. So this episode had its good and bad points for me. When they got stuck in the van and it had to go over the edge, sure, that was cool. It really was. The way it flipped over, landed. I don't know how many times they had to do it. I know they had 4 different vans, 2 of which actually went over the edge. But it was one of those things like you saw it coming. And I guess I don't usually see those things coming in this show. Not like that. Not as blatant as, oh, this is going to happen. And guess what? It does happen. I also just found it hard to believe that Noah got their weapons. First off, since when would they put the guns through first and not still have a hand on it or something? I mean, it just didn't make sense putting the gun through first. Maybe some of you will disagree with me and say, yeah, that's exactly how you do it, because you'd want the gun to be already there. Sure, I can kind of understand that. I guess for me, they've been in so many scraps, in so many situations, so much shit. They couldn't stop Noah? Again, it was a piece of the story that I could see the writer's room and everybody talking, okay, how are we going to get from this point to this point? What do we need to do? And when you're watching a show, you shouldn't see that. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that loved every second of it and had no problem or issues with the things that I'm saying. And that's cool. That's what makes fandom fun. We all have our different views and opinions, but we all still love the same show. I would love to hear from you. Please leave comments below. You can also subscribe to keep up with the latest news and reviews from yours truly. This is Thoughts from a TV Geek. See you next time.